Hi Capricorn, welcome into your 2023 yearly tarot reading. I do want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but I do want to remind you that this is general for your year, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I do more than appreciate the love and support in the form of likes for this video, comments down below, tell me how it resonates for you individually, and as well subscriptions to the channel if you haven't joined this Capricorn tribe already. But as you can see here, I did a pre-pull Sacred Forest Oracle to speak upon your year as a whole, the overall energy. And then we will further speak upon your year by breaking it down into 4 quarters, naturally containing 3 months each. And we'll utilize 3 different tarot decks to clarify, okay, to dive deeper. But bear with me as I cleanse my energy once again, okay? Let's see what we got for you. We got energy, the fire spirit. Okay, so your fire placements will definitely take a relevance. You may be embodying that passionate way of being naturally. And I do feel like being drawn to this reading, whether you realize it or not, or you admit it or not, energy affects you. Okay, but Spirit's saying your strong presence throughout the year of 2023 is very much likable, and it's this conquering way of being where when you set your mind, your heart, your soul towards something of importance for you, or just what's being labeled as necessary in your mind, or just by other people, it gets done well, right? Or you just end up turning something into passionate magic. Interesting. But I also feel like the year does highlight certain levels of self-improvement taking place, whether it's perfecting one's appearance, right? Taking care of oneself in that sense, working on caring for one's emotional side, healing from past wounds, finding more balance in your life. I do feel as if this year also highlights anybody who doesn't have your back. Okay, interesting. Because I do feel like Spirit's saying not every energy in your life is necessarily 100% trustworthy. Interesting. So I do feel like it's a year of seeing the truth, but I also feel like there's this vibe where you want to get things done very efficiently, right? You wanting to right off the bat in the year, bear with me as I drop some cards, wanting to accomplish, wanting to stay busy, wanting other people to get on your level even. But Spirit's saying try to embody this Knight of Pentacles way of being and just move at a comfortable pace, right? Because you don't want to end up finding oneself feeling a bit clumsy, right? Injuring oneself even to that extent, or missing a detail, or just altering the quality of what you're producing and developing at that time. Yeah, so just pace yourself, okay? But we're going to begin with the Mystic Mondays deck, and then we're going to use the Light Seers as well as the Small Everyday Tarot. I do feel like you're spiritually connected. Naturally, you are. Everybody is to an extent. But I do feel like there's a lot of extremely spiritually connected Capricorns drawn to this reading, and that can come with messing with, naturally. If you're new to my channel, I am very much spiritually messed with quite consistently, so I do get that. I know what that feels like. But anyways, it's coming up for a reason. I feel like that even is going to entail a true level of patience, how other people's energy, who surround you physically or you're energetically connected to, how that affects you. I just feel like the year needs to entail certain levels of balance and just cleansing of one's energy and healing from time to time in order for you to move forth towards what you deserve, new levels of success, new opportunities, new connections, with a level of ease and comfort, okay? We just want you to be feeling your healthiest throughout this year. And I feel like some of what's drawn to this reading had a bit of a rocky 2022, if we're being completely honest. And so naturally that's going to leave you needing to reconsider some things and again, go through that healing just to make the best out of this year. So what do we have for the first quarter? Bear with me. Cards are flying. Temperance. Yep. Patience, balance. And then the second quarter. And we'll further clarify and clear the board and pull for the second half. But I do feel like the first half of the year especially highlights how again, quickly you want to accomplish. They're saying you're not an Energizer bunny. Water one's well-being, you know, excuse me, honor the temple that we would consider your body. But I just feel like they're saying water your soul, and do what means the most to you, what fulfills you, what lights you up, or just enhances your glow. Okay, and only wrap oneself up with, communicate with soul's energy that enhances your glow, right? And I feel like for whatever reason, naturally family is going to take a bit of a focus for a lot drawn to the reading. It's part of your Capricorn nature. But I do feel as if love, dating is going to take a focus at certain points throughout the year, even if you don't expect it to or want it to. It just will. But I feel like there's a lot of communicating in the first half of the year in general. But they're saying this is pretty much how you're being viewed, as the King of Wands, one passionate individual who just moves forth with confidence, even if you're not fully feeling confident in 24/7 or in that moment. I feel like people are seeing you as somebody who knows what they're doing, especially when it comes to your career. Stepping back and observing things, if I even said that correctly, take a step back at certain points throughout the year and observe what's at hand, what you're trying to accomplish. You may need to come up with a creative solution, and that will help you do just that. Or just that perspective, right, will help you in more than one way, I feel the need to say. But I feel like a lot of people are feeling the need to reach out to you. I feel like you are updating people on how your life's changing, or just pictures, movies, stuff of that nature, social media taking a true highlight for a lot. I feel like you're just documenting somebody else, or just, I want to say your family, or just friends, good times, being that individual who doesn't want to miss a beat. Very, very interesting. But let's pull from the light seers. Do some shuffling. They're saying dig for the inner strength. Okay, you're one strong individual. Look, another Knight of Pentacles. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. You can still be passionate and move at a comfortable, slow and steady pace. Okay, not burn oneself out all the meanwhile. What do we have to further clarify Temperance? Okay, the Emperor. That absolutely makes sense. But I just feel like, okay, you might have Aries in your chart is what I'm hearing. But it feels like in the first 3 months, January, February, March, when you're creating, developing, there needs to be a level of patience and balance all the meanwhile. You may find that spirit pushes you at a certain point, especially in these 3 months, to ask oneself in an honest manner, do I have a healthy work-life balance, right? Are the areas of my life being watered or just tended to in a balanced manner? Am I overworking myself to the point where I don't hang out with my friends as much or at all anymore? Or just don't give myself the chance to have a dating life, right? A romantic life. Am I spending too much time on work to the point where I'm not spending enough time with my family, right? Even though obviously the two could connect in a beneficial way. But I just feel as if you're thinking about what's right for you and potentially your loved ones, and how to shift on forward, where to put your game piece next. An overly serious way of being for the most part in the first 3 months, but then somebody or something, and even content that you're drawn to watch, will lighten you up a bit, push you to laugh even. And I feel that's truly important. And again, even when you're working, I feel like there's this reflective sort of thinking about memories kind of way of being. And they're saying the way your mind works is miraculous. Okay, it's very unique. And that may just benefit you career-wise all the meanwhile. But people will just be interested in what's going on in Capricorn's life. Your spirit is taking a highlight. Your spirit. Your energized way of being at certain points will inspire and potentially uplift other people. I also feel like your helpful nature is coming into play, but you need to try to do your best to watch your temper if that pertains to you. Or just that feisty side, okay? Let it be put forth towards something important for you, right? Create, develop, put that passion towards something else, or maybe you need a release or just an outlet in one way, shape, or form. Bear with me, as energy does affect me. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles for the Sun card over here. But the Two of Cups and the Hermit coming out, because Spirit's saying there needs to be a nice balance between connecting with other people and honoring your need for quality alone time, right? Your hermit mode. But I also feel like you're being reminded that you're a bit of a leader, or fully a leader in your own individual way. Just because somebody else does it this way doesn't mean you have to. Just because somebody else is a leader in a different manner or in different ways doesn't mean that that's the way you need to go about doing so. I sense that your independence is taking a true highlight in the year of 2023, and people know to respect you, okay? I sense that you're doing a good job at setting the tone, having a better sense of your worth and value at this point along your path, even in comparison, I want to say, to 2022, all right? A new addition to your life will feel quite gratifying, whether that's an opportunity, could be pregnancy, it could be a new friend or a group of friends, it could be a new dating situation, right? The potential for a relationship or the sparking of one. But either way, let's further clarify with the Small Everyday Tarot. It just feels like they're saying put a smile on your face because things are working out in your favor. People are, again, respecting you and just, wanting more of you, wanting more of what you have to offer, what you're creating and developing potentially, your services or your products for your business, for my entrepreneur Capricorns. And people see that you are to be in the spotlight at certain points, but then I feel like you are strategically holding back at other points when you feel you should not be in the spotlight. Okay, letting someone else shine for that moment, or just it wouldn't benefit you potentially, right? Being seen by the wrong people is what I'm hearing at times, is what's being prevented. But the King of Wands again, all right? I do feel as if even my feminine Capricorns drawn to the reading, the first 3 months of the year, again, January, February, March, highlights the fact that you are very in touch with your masculine side, right? And no shortage of passion once again. But I feel this level of perfection desired from you, right? I want this to be perfect. I want this to be tidy. Can you please clean oneself up? Okay. Could be feeling a bit demanding or a bit judgmental, but I do feel as if either way, you're improving things in one's individual life, right? Your day-to-day routines, potentially, how you go about accomplishing, and I want to say your living situation and or at work, okay? A lot of tidying up, cleaning up taking place, but look at that, the Knight of Cups, as well as the Five of Swords. So I do feel as if there are certain levels of stress, whether it's due to spiritual messing with the energy of somebody else or multiple people. The demands is what I'm hearing, whether it's more so your career or other people in your life, family potentially, but I do feel like you are honoring oneself by just not hanging on to that rough energy or just that stress that somebody else may be kind of weighing on you. Interesting, weird wording. But we have the Knight of Cups because I do feel as if you step into the months of April, May, and June, the second quarter, and this is part of the year where love takes a focus. You could be finding that somebody swoops on in, or you're feeling guided, or just, intuitively feeling the need to, or just the desire to move towards one particular person or a couple options for some in regards to dating, right? But I do feel as if either way, this kind of now speaking upon your energy, there's a bit of an emotional way, even if you don't expect there to be, about the way you move towards situations, success, fulfillment, helping other people, right? Your caring nature shining in these 3 months. But I do feel like you're thinking about where your control lies. Some of you will find that there's a true highlight on how a completion in the past has left you with more control, okay? However that works for you, or just more money in the bank, okay? Potentially saving money in that sense, or just making more money now. But I do feel like you're an example in the months of April, May, and June that when you do what's right for you and potentially your loved ones, once again, when you honor the need for completion to move towards more peace, more passion, more success, all the meanwhile, and they're saying potentially more money for some, and then you see one's life starting to improve and fall into place even more so. Again, it's a huge year of improvement and seeing almost instantaneously how successful that leaves you feeling, all right? The stripes of your glory is what I'm hearing. I have no idea what that's about, but I feel like you are looking good, especially when you continuously, consistently take care of oneself. Okay, your skin complexion specifically. The Seven of Cups. Oh, the Queen of Wands. So I feel like naturally we were speaking upon your masculine energy being very much put to use and tapped in, you being tapped into it in the first 3 months. But I feel like the second quarter, more so in your passionate feminine energy. Okay. I mean, naturally at times you're going to have both being put to use and shining, but it feels like it's a switch up in that sense, naturally coinciding with what we were talking about with that Knight of Cups. But I feel like you're being reminded, as a Capricorn being drawn to this reading specifically, due to your passions, due to your talents, your skill sets, just your hardworking nature naturally, you're destined for this Ten of Pentacles lifestyle, okay? Ultra career success and a wealthy future. And you're going to sense some clarity coming to be in regards to how that's going to come to fruition for oneself. But the Seven of Cups, to further clarify the first half in general, because I do feel like this is talking about, okay, masks coming off. Again, seeing the truth when it comes to certain connections, people. Not everybody at work is to be trusted for some, so you need to be selective as to what you're sharing. Try to keep your work and personal lives, aspects of your life, area of your life, separate, okay? Don't be overly speaking about personal matters at work. But I do feel like you're being viewed as a diamond in the rough, okay? Someone who shimmers, who sparkles when they take care of themselves, when they succeed. And I do feel like there's going to, if you don't feel it in the first parts of this first half of the year, by the end of this this first half, you're going to be feeling quite royal, okay? A bit more in charge and control once again, and just that leader aspect of oneself, side of oneself, is definitely being put to use in certain ways. I just heard the word, again, demanding, delegating, instructing, informing, okay? You're one smart cookie, and that's taking a highlight as well. But this is also talking about you having options in regards to anything new you're wishing to acquire, manifest, attract, but also all that you have to accomplish, okay? A busybody for the majority of this first half. So let's clear the board and pull for the second half. Bear with me. Time for you to shine is what I'm hearing. Time for you to shine. Let's put this over here. I feel a very methodical way about your energy, where it's like, okay, I do want to get this done quickly, but I just, I feel like I need to do this in this manner because of how I did it in the past, or just because of the different circumstances at hand, or because of who I'm dealing with. But I feel like you just need to relax at times, okay? And recognize that there doesn't need to be an equation to everything, or things don't have to be perfect, okay? Try to release that need or that desire for perfection. All the meanwhile, it's going to help you in more than one way. They're saying the letter A, the letter A. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. I just feel like you have a lot going on. Once again, with the Ten of Wands, Spirit saying any heaviness in your life needs to be released, needs to be put down, okay? Especially if it's energy you're picking up on, it's not yours to carry. But I also feel like if you find oneself, especially in the second half of the year, doing any traveling, make sure to pack lightly. It's going to benefit your overall experience. And naturally, you could be, there's the potential to be bringing stuff back, okay? Extra stuff. But look at that, the Four of Wands and the Empress. Again, your caring nature, the potential to be giving birth to a new situation, especially in the months of July, August, and September. But again, I feel as if you deserve and need certain levels of fun and that release, enjoyment, okay, laughter in your life, because there's a potential for this year to speed on by as you're speeding towards everything you desire to see successful. And naturally you could just be like, well, where the hell did this year go, right? Did I even enjoy myself, right? It was successful, but did I enjoy it? Okay, there's a reminder to be enjoying this journey that we call your life, right? And try to just adapt, I want to say, especially in the second half of the year, adapt to circumstances. Obstacles are potentially going to pop up and you just need to overcome them, or just delay doing something, reprioritize, right? Your multitasking ability is coming into play as well, and being put to use, but things are falling into place for you, okay? Music will be handy for an escape, for a change in your mood, right? An uplifting of one's vibration, and potentially a way for spirit to communicate with you. And it may be part of your work, but yeah, again, you're just seeing true evidence throughout the year in general that things are falling into place for you. You may want to watch the Cancer reading that I did, because there's all about things falling into place. For the Ace of Swords, your mind taking a focus, okay? You are looking good. I mean, your energy, again, is very desirable and just conquering all the meanwhile. But for whatever reason, in this third quarter, your mind is taking a highlight, how it works, how it manifests, okay? I do feel as if these 3 months does highlight the fact that the possibilities are endless for you at this time, okay? And again, these diamonds, I feel like a lot of what's drawn to this reading are thinking about and even working towards a more lavish lifestyle for oneself, okay? Your desire for more goods, okay, or just a better lifestyle for oneself. One where you don't have to overwork oneself is what I'm hearing. Bear with me as I cleanse my energy. I feel like you could be, especially highlighted in these 3 months, wrapped up with or surrounded by somebody, near somebody with nervous energy, okay, because I just did, that's part of the reason why I had to just re-cleanse my energy. But if I didn't show this already, you're moving to the beat of your own Capricorn drum and it's working to your advantage. There may simply be, especially, I want to say, the potential for this in these 3 months, again, July, August, and September, a moment or two where somebody tries to get you to do something their way and you choose to go against that, okay, and do it the way you feel intuitively guided to, or just once, whatever, you just, you know that it's how it's going to end up working, or just it's going to benefit whatever you're trying to accomplish, and it works in your favor, okay, and you prove them wrong all the meanwhile. It's like, good for you, do it your way, and I'm going to march to the beat of my own Capricorn drum. They're saying as well your personality taking a highlight in these 3 months. But let's pull for the 8 of Wands. Okay, the 3 of Wands. So I feel like the last 3 months of the year, October, November, and December, you see oneself with a ship coming in. There's a level of having to wait at certain points and you getting a bit impatient, or just wondering when is the time gonna come when this ship comes in, or just get this acceptance. But I feel like you will receive it when you're meant to, okay? But I feel like you're being reminded in the second half of the year in general, you have this magic touch when it comes to what you create, develop, who you communicate with, what you decide to move towards and away from. It's just this level of magic about it. They're literally showing somebody with a magic wand. But any creative endeavors, or just, I want to say, outdoor activities, that will benefit you greatly, especially in these 3 months. But let's pull some small everyday tarot. What you want, what you desire, you can see come to be utilizing your mind, your intentions, and just what you focus on, right? There's also a reminder in these 3 months, what you water will prosper, will grow, okay? So wherever you put your energy towards, that's what you're going to see succeed. The King of Swords, naturally, okay, talking about how you're one wise individual, experience coming into play. Anybody who's drawn to the reading who needs to acquire a job at this point in the year, or the year as a whole, you'll do so with ease, due to your natural ability to communicate, to interview, right? And again, your experience. Hit the ball out of the park is what I'm hearing. But I do feel as if with the 8 of Wands, the number 88 coming into play, because that's 2 8 of Wands, I do feel as if this is going to be a very busy time for you, where you're communicating a lot. But there's a need to keep the hope alive, again, in regards to what ship you wish to come in or expect to come in, any approval needed at this time. But I do feel like moving forward, October, November, December, this last quarter, you're seeing things falling into place once again, and that's just feeling quite gratifying. But it's almost this feeling that you see something succeed or grow, prosper. You receive something of importance for oneself, and then it makes you, it puts fuel to your passion, right? It makes you want more, right? That hunger. But just make sure you're feeling grateful all the meanwhile, okay? Acknowledge the abundance, and don't settle for less, I want to say. Interesting. You're being reminded that you absolutely do not have to settle for less, or anything that feels stressful for you in your life. Okay, the King of Wands and then the Seven of Cups again. Okay, but I'm going to put this one here. I truly feel like it's this honoring of one's needs and just getting things done in a very passionate, knowledgeable way makes you quite successful, to say the very least. And people see you as somebody who's going places and will create a tower moment if need be. It's like you're not afraid to at this point. But I do feel like there's a reminder in the second half of the year in general that as a Capricorn, naturally you just like that stability, that security of money flowing in, of the support system when it comes to family and or friends. And you deserve all of which, right? And there could potentially be efforts towards acquiring opportunity or just making certain changes or one big switch up in order to see that stability and support be more consistent or just present within your situation, okay? And I'm hearing again as I'm drawn to that crown, which looks like it's made out of fire, knowing your worth, okay, knowing your value, and people seeing that, and it may even inspire other people in your life or who view your work, or both, to honor oneself more so by having a great understanding of your own value, their own value and worth, all the meanwhile, okay? They're also saying that the trickling effects or just the rippling effects of your energy, your work, I want to say, and just your words of wisdom, the lives that you affect in a positive light. So just choose your words carefully, but also don't overthink. Okay, there's a reminder in the second half of the year to not overthink, because again, you're manifesting quite easily at this time and the possibilities are endless for you. But any levels of overthinking that is sparked or coming to be will potentially make you a bit anxious or will manifest what you don't want or what you fear, okay? Or you're just over contemplating. So allow for oneself to simplify your mind through certain strategies like meditating and walk in nature, stepping away from your work when need be, or just that person if you feel it's just unproductive or feel yourself stepping into that state of overthinking, okay? But it's naturally a very energetic, busy, successful year for you, where you'll wrap things up and you again will see evidence that things are falling into place as you're being reminded people love your Capricorn energy, way of being, your hard work, working and caring nature, and this is going to play into how successful this year ends up being for you overall. All right, so I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your year, and I'll see you next time.